Well, hey there. Welcome to the Monday update again, this time in stereo, Ben and I together, and we've got three things to talk about. The first of which is something we talked about with the youth doing their mission trip over at Callaway Hills. We talked about how that will hopefully springboard us into mentoring. And Ben has had some experience. I've had some experience with it a while back and continuously, but Ben's just gotten involved in getting on the roster and kind of wanted to update you about some of those things, what you can be doing.
Yeah. So they are looking for mentors to at the elementary schools to come out and just spend a little bit of time once a week with the kids. And so that entails filling out a very short application. And so once you fill that out, they will give you a call and you'll do a 40-minute interview, which is very low key. And the gentleman that does it is very nice. And so that was a great time to do that. They'll do a background check and we don't have to pay for that. They pay for that also. And then from there, they will match you with a student. Now, here's the thing. What they told me was you're probably not going to get matched with a student this semester. And so because of all the COVID-19 stuff going on, that they're limiting volunteers, and we understand that. But it is a great opportunity to get all of the paperwork done so that when they start allowing visitors in, that you're ready to go. It's very easy. Be happy to talk to you about that. I can print it off for you or email it to you. But this is a great opportunity for us to just invest in the families in our community. They desperately want this, and you've done this for a while.
I have. I've been with a guy who's now in 8th grade, I think. Gosh, I lose track from year to year. Excuse me, I thought I was going to have a sneeze there. But anyway, I got matched with him in 3rd grade. Now, my student's over at Bel Air just because that's where the need was at that time. And I didn't particularly care. So for our folks, now, by the way, this is going to go through Big Brothers and Big Sisters. That's who you're going to be interviewing with. That's who's going to do the background check. But you are interviewing for their school-based program. They're probably going to ask you about that. As opposed to their community-based one. So this happens in school, during school hours, you visit at the school. And I would say if you don't have a preference for where you go, then tell them Callaway Hills would be great. That's who we're trying to partner with. We have our partner in education agreement with. You can go anywhere. If it's more convenient for your job, by the way, some employers will give you time off. Some of you who are retired, the way you ought to think about this was described to us by Steven Souter. Said, I can be a grandparent for a half an hour. I can do that. And I think that's a good way to think about it. You're not trying to solve all the problems.
You don't have to understand chemistry.
You don't have to do homework with them, although sometimes that might pop up if a teacher knows you're interested in that. But mostly you are being a positive adult influence in the life of a child. And for whatever reason, the school district will identify those kids who they think could benefit from the program, and you'll be there. They have historically a lot more students than they ready to needing mentors than they have mentors. And so I think it's easy to get matched. Like Ben said, right now, you're probably not going to be matched in the sense of I get to go visit a student, but you'll be ready when that time comes, and it will come again. That time will come again, and you'll be ready to do that. I really encourage you to get the information on this. Ben's been through it recently, so get help from him. Get a hold of him if you want to know where to get the forms, or if we can help you get those. I just can't imagine a way to get more involved in the life of our school at Callaway Hills and in our community than to be part of this program. It has been a great deal for me. And, it's not all perfect. I have good visits and I have difficult visits. My guy's going through some stuff right now that, man, I wish I could change all of it in a heartbeat. But that's why we do it, because he needs as many cheerleaders, as many positive adult influences in his life as he can get. And so, every little bit we're doing helps. And that's exactly what you can do. You can be a part of every little bit that helps. And so we really want to encourage you to be part of the mentoring program through Big Brothers and Big Sisters, particularly at Callaway Hills, but anywhere in the district, or if you live in New Bloomfield and they have a program, by all means, get involved somewhere in the life of a child and help out in any way you can.
The second thing is in reference to these are the Bibles that we purchased for our seniors. And so we've talked about this, and we want to strongly encourage you to, we're going to leave them out one more Sunday, and take some time, come early Wednesday, stay late Wednesday night for prayer meeting, come early Sunday, and just sign them. Here's the thing. You don't have to know them personally. You don't have to know, where they're going to school or what they're majoring in.
Right.
What we would ask is that you just find your favorite passage or one of your favorite passages, underline it in there and write them a note. There is plenty of space. I can show you. There's plenty of space on the side to just write a note of encouragement and all that. And for those of you that have gone off to college, for many, it's that first week, that first semester, that first year you're away from home, and it's difficult and tough, and you'll take any encouragement that you can get. And what better way for us to encourage our seniors than to give them this Bible, but to included in that are notes and prayers from the people that really have watched them grow physically, but also spiritually, and have walked with them in their faith.
Boy, Ben, hold up that cover again. This is probably a good point to mention. Doesn't he look lovely with the flowers and whatnot? That all of our graduates this year happen to be young ladies, yes. And so they all got a Bible cover that looks like that. Yeah. The important part is the inside, though, and something Ben said in there. Two things that Ben said in there that I really want to emphasize. One is that you may think, they don't know me. They're not going to know my name. That's okay. That's okay. They'll know it came from their church family. Yep. And one other thing you said that I hadn't considered, because I have a particular verse that I underline for our graduates, and I write a note out to the side of it that I've done for a couple of years now. But you just said something about writing a prayer in there. I never considered that. Writing a prayer, just a short prayer in the margins for them, just something you would pray for. A young lady who is launching out in the world. Who knows when they'll come across that or when they'll read it, and it'll be there to bless them. Again, you may not know them particularly well. They may not know you particularly well, but we want as many notes in these Bibles that when they open it, it's hard to miss a page, or it's hard to get a page that doesn't have a note on it. There's no reason for us not to fill these Bibles up. And we're just doing it one more week. I know it's like, the perpetual going out of business sale, right? It's like, is it ever going to be just done? Well, we want as many people to sign them as possible. We are just going to extend it through this Sunday because we don't want to, make the last ditch effort and then not have a Sunday. But come by during the week. Come by. For those of you who help in the food pantry, come by after food pantry. Come by. Ben mentioned all those other times that you can do anytime we're open in the office, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4:30. Fridays, 8:30 to noon or 12:30. But you can come by and get those. And if it's outside of office hours, text Ben or I. Our phone numbers are on the front of the bulletin. We'd be happy to meet you up here for this purpose. We'll figure out a way to get you to the Bibles because it really is a big deal. It's such a blessing. And it really flows right from the mentoring, Ben. It's a way we can speak into their lives down the road as we've been a church home for them. Now we can be encouragement to them when they're apart from us off at college. And so come be a part of that. Really, the doors really are closing. I feel like a salesman. They really are closing after Sunday services, but come be a part of this. And then Sunday also, the last thing today is really very quick. We will have our budget out this week, Sunday. So you can look at that a week ahead of our business meeting. Our business meeting comes up on August 30th. So that's not next Sunday, but the Sunday after that, that'll be in the evening. And so it's hard enough to digest the budget given a few days. We don't make you do it all at once. And so we'll have a report out. As usual, there'll be a cover letter on it, but you can see that budget. You can see what we budgeted last year. You can see what we're budgeting this year. You see that'll also include what we actually spent last year up to this point. And so you can kind of see how that decision was made and how they compare. And our finance committees work very hard on that. And of course, our committees submit those requests. So you have a chance to have a look at that so you can hopefully digest some of that, ask some questions ahead of time so we can discuss this as efficiently as possible, but we can get all your questions answered. And we want to do that. That's why we put it out a week ahead of time. You can contact me, Vonda, Ben. We'll try to answer any questions you have, but those will be out in the foyers on Sunday. Be sure to pick one up. And speaking of Sunday, we'll 100% see you then. We would love to have you at Union Hill at your earliest convenience. And if that's Sunday, well, come join us. We'll see you then.